Today is Thursday the 2nd of July. I'm just going to give you a quick weekly video update on the progress of the training centre out here in Zambia. It's a bit of a cold, windy day today, and there's a bit of risk of some rain about, which is the last thing we need. So we are rushing around trying to get everything put indoors at the moment, but I'll take you for a quick walk around and show you what's going on. The renewed focus and energy that's gone into this project is seeing the face of this build change almost on a daily basis. What you're looking at now is the roof that's gone onto the main section of the training center. Underneath it, I'm going to try and zoom in. Underneath it, you can see it has all the isolation to keep the building cool in the summer and warm in the winter. So the main roof has gone on. The steel work is hopefully coming to a close in the next couple of days, so there's still a bit of painting going on, a bit of welding, and obviously the fitting of these steel structures just to complete what is the steel frames on the back side of the building. The last of what they call the wet works is going on this week, so the last of the brickwork and concreting internally and externally. This should all be finished hopefully by Monday this coming week. This is the front of the training center where they're just completing the skimming of the outer walls and obviously making a start on the main roof that's going to go above the offices and the showroom. I don't know if you can see it clearly on the video, but on the bottom left of your screen up to the roof is a load of wires that these guys are using to pull all those roofing sheets up by hand up onto the roof, and they are painting the rafters and starting to lay the roof on the main part of the building. So that's a good step for us on this project. The other thing that this roof is doing is helping the moisture levels in the walls to come down. Obviously the building itself is a lot drier, and so the moisture content has come down to about 15%. We've got a couple more weeks to go before we start painting, so this is all helping. As you can see, a lot of the air conditioning units have gone in externally on the walls, and also if you go into the building, all of the internal air conditioning ducts are now in place, but because of the new rectification program that we've got coming, we now need to take a lot of this down. So these joining walls, we have to take a little bit off the top of these walls and obviously a little bit down the sides so that we can put these reinforcing C-beams that are coming up from South Africa. I'm just going to tell you very briefly about some of the challenges that we're currently working with. This is the smallest lecture room that I'm walking into now, which actually supports the largest training workshop, and we are going to get a quotation to get a window put in here, otherwise this little room is going to be too dark and dingy. If you look at the workshop that it's going to be supporting, we want to put a window between the training room and the workshop. That's not going to be too expensive, and they're going to quote us in the next day or two. The other challenge that we've faced with at the moment is a lot of the skimming was done. As you can see, the damage at the top of the walls throughout the workshops. The skimming was done during that freak rainstorm that we had, and so there was quite a lot of damage done to the top of some of these walls. So we are going to reskim some of these walls just to make sure that the finish is good. You can see compared to this wall here, that's a well skimmed wall, and that'll paint up well, and that wall in the background, all those marks will come through, so we're going to get that redone. This is the site of the end storeroom where we are going to make a couple of small changes. You can see the guys putting the final wall up to the top of the roof there. This is the last wet works job that's being done on the site at the moment. In the corner here is where we were going to put the large air compressor to feed compressed air into the workshops, but we are going to get these guys to move the main compressor outside the building and push it into a little room on the external side of the building. This is a precaution that I've asked to do. I just know that the compressor in the training rooms in the UK training centre are very noisy, so it's just something that'll help us with. The other thing, just to let you know, this is a supporting wall for the first floor slab that we've discovered some cracks developing. It's a bit difficult to show you on the video, but I don't know if you can kind of see that there's a crack that's developed all the way up that wall. and a little bit across the top of the roof. So we're just going to get that checked by the structural engineer when he comes in next week. We're not too alarmed about it, but it does show either a bit of weakness or a bit of subsidence somewhere, which is not good, but we are going to get it checked and we'll get it confirmed. So that was just a quick walk around. I hope it hasn't been too negative. It's actually not. I think we're doing pretty good on this build. Jaco Horstman is doing an incredible job managing the construction side of this project. So I think we're in good shape. We've got the latest program. We're waiting on a couple more things to get the additional costings, but we are there or thereabouts. And I'm hoping by Tuesday next week we'll have a final look at the revised program and the costings that we will incur as a result of the first floor failing. But generally it's going pretty good, and I think we're in pretty good shape. Cheers.